New tonight, the Trump administration is investigating 5 universities for what it calls widespread anti-Semitic harassment.
The University of Minnesota Twin Cities is one of them. Fox 9's Mike Manzoni live on campus tonight. And Mike, this comes after several protests on campus following the October 7th attack.
And Jewish organizations and the university welcome the investigation, but others are skeptical and see it as a potential attack on pro-Palestinian viewpoints.
All this university knows what to do is repress their students.
Months after the pro-Palestinian protests on the University of Minnesota Twin Cities campus, the Trump administration is investigating the school for anti-Semitic harassment. The protests came a year after Hamas militants killed 1,200 Israelis and kidnapped another 250 of them.
And their expression of anti-Zionism often leading over into anti-Semitism.
Steve Hunnigs with the Jewish Community Relations Council of Minnesota and the Dakotas says much of the anti-Semitism on campus comes from the professors.
Anti-Zionist and or anti-Semitic activities lies with the faculty. So that will be a challenge to face.
Our campus is flooded with pro-Hamas propaganda and rhetoric that's anti-Semitic.
Stephanie Yitzhakov helps run the university's Chabad organization.
Pro-Hamas propaganda and rhetoric is anti-Semitic. Calling for the destruction of the land of Israel is anti-Semitic. Our campus has no shortage of either of those things.
But not everyone sees the protests or the pro-Palestinian views as anti-Semitic.
Rioting and destruction of property.
Graduate student Kyle Feldhake faces several charges for his involvement in October's demonstrations, and he's skeptical about the Trump administration's investigation.
I think it's quite ridiculous, to be honest. If there are legitimate concerns about anti-Semitism and if they're transparent about that, great. If they're going to use it to just kind of masquerade a lot of pro-Palestinian repression, that's really horrific.
And the University of Minnesota Twin Cities sent us a statement saying in part, quote, "We are confident in our approach to combating hate and bias on our campus and will fully cooperate with this investigation. The university continues to stand firmly against anti-Semitism." And one other note here, the Justice Department also announced that this week that it is creating a task force to investigate anti-Semitism. We're live in Minneapolis tonight. Mike Manzoni, Fox 9.